Thomasville First United Methodist began our adventure of Advent Revolution back in 2007 when we began to ask ourselves some questions about how we might best honor Jesus as we celebrated his birthday. What if we spent less in order to give more? At Christmas, we remember how God left the comfort of heaven to enter into our world of sin and suffering because of love. How could we, in some way, do the same? With our focus on beginning ministry in Rwanda, we spent less on ourselves and put those funds together to build 4 homes of hope for orphans who lost their parents during the Rwandan genocide. We have since sent 13 teams to Rwanda, and over the years, we have built strong relationships with our brothers and sisters there. Working together with our friends in Rwanda, we have been able to complete multiple projects over the years with funding from Advent Revolution. Here are some of the other exciting things we've seen God do through Advent Revolution in Rwanda. Over 2 years, Advent Revolution funded a total of 8 homes of hope for survivors of the 1994 genocide in Rwanda. 4 of the homes were built in the Hope Village and gave older survivors and their families safe places to rebuild their lives. The other 4 homes were built at Star School and housed a total of 12 students, 6 boys and 6 girls. Most of these students were orphaned or had no family to take them in. Bishop Nathan Amuti founded Star School after the genocide to provide education for the surviving children and to build up the next generation to be Christians serving God and encouraging reconciliation. Our teams have built strong relationships with these students over the last 14 years. We have helped them to attend and graduate high school and university, and have seen them grow into successful members of their community. Once small children with an uncertain future, they are now an insurance agent turned flight attendant, police officers, mechanics, parents, and a pharmacy student, while others work in the travel and tourism industry. All successful and contributing members of their community, we are as proud of them as we are our own children. When we met John, he was proud to say he spoke 5 languages and wanted to learn a 6th. He graduated from Star School, attended university in Kigali, and found a job with an insurance company. 2 years ago, he finished his training and is currently a flight attendant with Rwandair. Seraphine was one of the original 12 in our Star School homes. She left Star School in last high school years to pursue her education at a school specializing in math and science. We made sure to keep up with her with Bishop Nathan's help and made sure to catch up with her while in Rwanda. She is now in her final classes of pharmacy school in Uganda with help from some of her Thomasville family. Recently, Seraphine shared she is engaged to be married. Vanessa was a resident at our Star School Home of Hope. She graduated from high school and went on to study at university with help from the Pathfinders Sunday School class and some other Thomasville families. Vanessa has graduated with a degree in travel and tourism and is working with Ezekiel's travel agency. We were blessed to have her as our guide on our last trip to Rwanda. The COVID-19 pandemic has hurt the travel agency and they continue to struggle. Thankfully, Vanessa has a brother who helps to support her and her grandmother. Giselle moved into our Star School Home of Hope a few years after it was built. When we met her, she was extremely sad and emotional due to abuse by her family members and lacked confidence or hope. Giselle graduated from high school and attended university with help from the Pathfinders class and some other Thomasville families. She struggled with her grades and eventually dropped out. Giselle is married with 2 little boys and just last month finished her studies and graduated from university. After the older students graduated out of the Homes of Hope, a new group of students moved in. With the addition to join the homes, there was room for 24 new students. These students have continued on at Star School and are now in high school, sponsored by many of our TFUMC families. They look forward to letters and goodie bags from their families when the team visits each summer. Their favorite thing is to receive a photo of their families to hang on their walls. Yabez is one of these students and was sponsored through high school by a TFUMC family. Early on, the team discovered that Yabez was a gifted musician. They were able to gift him with a guitar that he taught himself to play. He is also a talented drummer and a poet. He has a jazz band that plays at weddings and leads worship at school and church. Yabez has plans to attend university soon. John, Vanessa, and Yabez will be part of the team coming to the U.S. to visit from Rwanda. They were scheduled to be here in October, but the trip was postponed due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The international missions leaders are monitoring the situation and plan to arrange their trip as soon as possible. The Rwanda team members look forward to our TFUMC family being able to get to know these awesome kids. Justin was a resident of one of the TFUMC Homes of Hope at the Hope Village. He was orphaned in the genocide and has no living family. Early on, Justin became a part of our TFUMC family. After seeing a talent and desire to learn music, Justin was gifted a guitar by a TFUMC team member. He taught himself to play and loves to sing Hillsong. Justin attended university with the help of his Thomasville family, helped to lead our teams when we visited, and graduated a few years ago. After struggling to find work, he secured funding and permission to attend school in Poland to pursue his MBA. He is currently living there and working at an internship. As our relationship with Star School grew, we discovered the need for a well to serve the students. Advent Revolution funds provided a deep water well that is still serving the school, that has grown from 300 to 1,000 students, as well as the surrounding community. In 2010, TFUMC raised funds through Advent Revolution in order to help rebuild the Church of the Blessed Mango Tree. When our team first met Nathan Amuti, he was the pastor of the Mango Tree. This church building had been bombed during the genocide and was nothing but a pile of bricks next to a mango tree. The congregation continued to meet in the shade of that tree, determined to rebuild the church. Using the materials left from the former building, they were able to rebuild the walls but could not fund the roof for the structure. We were able to help them roof the building, and we have worshipped there while in Kigali over the years. The church continues to be a vital hub in the community and focuses on bringing in children off the streets Sunday mornings for church. In 2012, Advent Revolution funds were used to fund the establishment of a widows' co-op so the widows at the Church of the Blessed Mango Tree could receive vocational training and then get microloans to start their own small businesses. This ministry continues today and has grown to include both women and men who have attended vocational training and work together in the sewing room based at the church. They make school uniforms, clothes, and items to sell in the local market, while helping others in the community to get vocational training. The TFUMC teams take time every year to shop at the co-op. The last team that visited Rwanda had the co-op seamstresses custom make dresses, skirts, shirts, and pants for them out of authentic African fabric. Juliet. Juliet is a founding member of the Church of the Blessed Mango Tree, and we have been able to follow her journey through the years. When we first met Juliet, she had been widowed and was unable to pay the rent on her mud hut where she lived with her daughter. Juliet has always been an active church member, singing and leading the children's choir. She was one of the first women to be educated through the Widows' Co-op and is now the leader of the sewing group. She has remarried and continues to work as a seamstress as well as a senior member of the church leadership. The Bugarama Valley is one of the neediest areas of Rwanda, sometimes called the Forgotten District. In 2013, Advent Revolution funds provided building materials for a new church plant that was meeting outside to build a new church which will serve as a hub of outreach and training for the whole valley. The church members built the church themselves, and the church population has grown in a thriving community hub, providing a feeding program for at-risk children. The church serves the community by providing health, educational, and spiritual support to the surrounding population. Advent Revolution Giving in 2014 provided all of the equipment, beds, and supplies to open the maternity ward at the Anglican Clinic in Shangugu, Rwanda. Situated on the border shared with the Congo and Burundi, the clinic was the only option for maternity care in the area. Today, this medical clinic is staffed by the Rwandan government and provides diagnostic testing services, maternity care, and training for volunteer community health workers from the surrounding villages. In 2015, we established a feeding program for 500 hungry and malnourished children on Ishwa Island. This isolated island is located in Lake Kivu between Rwanda and the Democratic Republic of Congo. Due to the extreme poverty, many who live there have never left the island. The rocky terrain makes farming difficult, and fishing the lake is not allowed for 3 months of the year. The island has a large population of children who had been identified by the government to be in danger due to malnutrition. After continued funding with Advent Revolution 2017, the program still serves the children on the island today and is funded and staffed by both the local church and the Rwandan government. In 2016, TFUMC funded the construction of the first church ever built on Ishwa Island, which now houses the feeding program started through Advent Revolution 2015 and provides a place of worship for the new disciples there. The church continues to serve the Ishwa community today and has added a large preschool with more than 100 students as well as a basket weaving co-op. When teams from TFUMC visit Shangugu, they spend time worshiping with these churches and often visit the poorest members of the congregation, providing prayer and giving gifts of soap, rice, sugar, and chickens. Through our relationship with Bishop Nathan Amuti, TFUMC has been deeply involved with Star School in Kigali, Rwanda. From building the original Homes of Hope, digging a well, and even providing scholarships for students. In 2017, Advent Revolution funds were used to fully equip Star School's nursery, primary, and high school libraries in order to meet the needs of their current population of 964 students. This library remains an important resource for the growing population of Star School students. Early on in TFUMC's mission in Rwanda, our team was introduced to the manager of the East African Villas Hotel while lodging there. Since that first meeting, Ezekiel has been an important part of our visit for mission teams. When planning his wedding to Yvette, Ezekiel asked 2 members of the TFUMC mission team to serve as bridesmaids in the ceremony. The team was able to attend the wedding events and participate as family. Ezekiel and Yvette now have 2 boys, and Ezekiel is now co-owner of a travel and tourism agency in Rwanda. He helps to arrange all travel and accommodations for our group while in the country and is an integral part of our team and family. We are excited for him to visit us here in Thomasville when the team is able to travel. Through the years, Advent Revolution has changed the way we see the meaning of Christmas. We have learned to spend less, give more, worship fully, and to love all, both around the world and in our own town. Christmas was meant to change the world, and with your gifts and prayers, God is helping us to do just that.